Okay. I'm waiting very carefully on my computer to just give up life because it didn't load for a while. Finally loaded. We'll see if it crashes. We'll see what happens. I just hope it works because to the point that I'm checking on my phone to make sure. Let's see. It's fine. It looks fine. Sure. Accepted? Oh, is that a spoiler? Because, like, accepted because we were doing university stuff, right? College stuff. Sleep is important. Make sure you get enough. Yeah, listen. We'll see after my computer crashes, I guess. Yeah, there we are. Yeah, it's not responding. We'll see. We'll just take it. We'll take it some time. We'll take it some time. We'll let it take its time. While I'm doing my afternoon word jumbles, I hear we're starting early with my brain not working. I hear the mail truck pull through the cul-de-sac. I wonder, why do some people say cul-de-sac? Some people say court. I always called it a court growing up. It's a court. Anyways, back when we were at the court, you know what I'm saying? We're going down to the court. I don't know, do kids still play in courts anyways? Because it was like, yeah, that's the safe part, and then it was turned into, no, don't go there, it's still a street, don't do it. Anyways, through the cul-de-sac, I wonder if we got any coupons today. The nice mail person slides a couple of letters in a large yellow envelope through the slot. It takes a couple tries for them to get it in. Hey, my coupons. I take a closer look at the large yellow envelope. I lightly knock on Amanda's door. She probably has headphones on. I guess on. I guess like headphones on, earbuds like in, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess on. Amanda. She yells through the door. What? I have something for you. I'm kind of busy right now. Can you come back later? Okay, just thought you'd want this big old envelope we got from HIA Academy, maybe? Something, I have no idea what that would stand for. Immediately, Amanda pushes her door open. Okay. Oh, no, it wasn't close. Horn? I guess, right? Horn with an E, like Anne with an E, like horn. Horn I was decided to try to put on a feminine voice when in the middle of the word institute. Horn Institute for the arts. I mean, if you're busy, I can come back. Father, please. I hand her the envelope, which she tears open with her teeth. Don't do that. It's probably really easy much easier usually to just pry it open, but okay. That's probably bad for your teeth. She doesn't seem to hear me as she spits out a piece of envelope. She pulls out a letter and unfolds it. And my cat is howling, meaning I either have to get up to get it, or hope somebody else is awake to do so. You will see. The suspense is killing me. This is her dream school. Amanda's face is unreadable. I can't believe this. Oh, honey, it's okay if you didn't. I got in. Oh. I got in. Amanda tosses the letter aside and gives me a big hug. Congratulations, sweetie. That's amazing. I'm so proud of you. She pulls away and looks at the letter again. Oh my god, I really can't believe I got in. Well, of course you got in. You're a great student. You nailed that interview? We had a letter I had to sign in, but I didn't have an interview. I don't think I had an interview. But anyways, you nailed that interview, and your photography is incredible. Wait, Dad. I know this one's really expensive, and it's so far away. By the way, the length of the far awayness can be hard, but honestly, it's like, it's indifferent. It's fine. just go to the school. I think for a moment, HIA was one of the more expensive schools that Amanda applied to, but I know she'd had her heart set on it for the longest time. It'll be tough, but we're going to make it work. Really? Of course. Amanda hugs me again. Thanks, Dad. Okay, sweetie. We're celebrating tonight. Dinner, your choice. Whatever you want. Whatever? Amanda and I walk along the bayside, tearing into our foil-wrapped burritos from a nearby food truck. You could have chosen anywhere. You could have chosen anywhere in Maple Bay. That isn't. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, sorry. You could have chosen anywhere in Maple Bay. Cost was not a determining factor. Please, Dad, you know I'm a simple gal. Just give me a Rito with a view. I can't say I'm mad. Amanda and I sit on a patch of grass and watch ships sail lazily through the bay. And the dorms are right near a bunch of cafes, and there are all these galleries nearby, and there's a discount if you bring your student ID, and... Amanda, slow down. You're gonna choke on your burrito. I know, I'm just excited. Did I mention that students get their own studio space once they're seniors? And we get all the professional photo editing software for free. Not bad. It's nice to see Amanda so enthusiastic about HIA, but I wish she would have. I wish she wouldn't do it between bites of her burrito. I thought I caught her. I thought I taught her to chew with her mouth closed. I wonder who my roommate's going to be. We have to take a survey online, and they match you with someone with a similar major and interest. I bet we're going to be best friends. Craig and I were a good roommate can be a lifelong friend. Even so, we totally fell out. At least however old his kids are, plus probably marriage, and we haven't talked in a long time. Since you were literally a baby, so 17 years, I guess. But don't even get me started on a bad roommate, or on bad roommates. Oh no. I'm just kidding. We didn't have a bad roommate. Our only other roommate was a puppy that Greg brought home one night. We spent a semester fabricating a story about a new foreign exchange student who had a really bad cough that sounded exactly like a dog's bark. Carl, she made a noise. I was like, what? Carl ruled. Oh, they let you have animals in the dorms if you get a note saying you need one. I bet I can forge one. I think I'd get a rabbit, or maybe a snake, or maybe both. Would the snake eat a rabbit, though? I guess depending on how big the snake is, it would be pretty dang large. I bet you can just ask a doctor, and they'll just be like, yeah, okay. I think you can get away with it. Oh boy, I think I'll leave all that up to you. She's so excited. I don't want to disappoint her, but I need to be real for a second. So, you know I had the talk with Mr. Vega. He didn't tell you about the dumpster fire, did he? What? No. I don't want to I don't want to put a damper on good news, but I need you to knock it out of the park these last few months of school, okay? If you really want to go to Horns, we need that scholarship money. I know you can do it. Okay. Oh. I'll promise I'll try harder. I pat her on her back. I think you can handle a 14-hour drive to come home for the holidays. Or think you can handle a 14-hour drive to come home for the holidays. There's going to be some treasure I know words. It's 4 in the morning. Okay, I know words. I know them. I just can't speak. Ice roads to cross. And don't even get me started on paranormal occurrences. Well, it'll be worth it if I get to see you. My eyes immediately well up with tears. Oh, Dad, don't cry. Sorry, I'm just very, very proud of you. You're all grown up now and you're such a good person, and I hope you know how important you are to me. Dad, stop. You're going to make me cry too. It's too late, honey. It's happening. Dad, I can't get tears in my burrito. It's going to taste bad. I pull Amanda in for a hug and kiss her on her forehead. Love you, kiddo. Love you too, Pops.
Welcome. You got dads.
We got dads. Oh, we have a group. Dad. Hey, are you up to anything tonight? Hugo and I were planning to go to the art walk downtown. We were wondering if you would care to accompany us. I would normally write a letter longhand, but I've run out of distressed parchment paper, I guess. Distressed parchment paper. Whoa, why can't I see Damien and Hugo's chat? Am I a hacker? But I don't even have a hacker alias. The feds are gonna bust down my door any minute now. I've gotta destroy this computer. Ben, this is a group chat. Oh, thank God. Do either of you guys know how to destroy a computer? You can run directs boot and nuke from a startup flash drive. But once you've done that, it's best to physically destroy the bladders altogether. Platters altogether. The Victorians were well versed in information security. Ben, do you want to go see some art or not? Okay, I don't remember any of this. Oh god, this is great. I don't remember anything. Oh, art is good. Let's go see some art. Let's see art. I don't hear my cat anymore, so hopefully he's fine. Yeah, hopefully he's fine. Damien and Hugo invite me to the monthly art walk in downtown Maple Bay. I've never really been to one of these before, so I'm not quite sure what did they think they added this? I have no idea. I really thought I would go on a date, but this isn't that, but okay. I never really been to one of these before, so I'm not quite sure what I'm in for. I think I'm here a bit early. Maybe? No. Is this new? I don't. I don't see Damien or Hugo around anywhere. I feel just a little bit uncomfortable. Just a little uncomfortable. Standing among all these fancy art people. Ben? Oh, Ben. I turn around and it's Joseph. Joseph, what are you doing here? Joseph scoffs at me. What am I doing here? How could you ask me that? I'm obviously a huge art, appreciator, appreciatist? Okay, fine. Damien invited me to this art walk thing. I'm guessing he invited you too. Yep, immediately, a little bit out of my depth here. Thank God, I thought I was going to be the odd one out. Are you allowed to say that? Say what? You know, thank God. Yeah, I actually get double points when I say it, since I'm a minister. I don't. This is new. This is new. This is new. The point of so it's no shock to anyone, but I would go to church at least once a week growing up, and one time I was told when I was like 10 or something that if you say God, and the reason why you're saying it in vain, even if you're saying like, oh, thank God or blah blah God, whatever, you stub your toe and you're like, oh God, it's like you're calling for him, and when you don't say a prayer, he turns to you and he like, what? And then you turn away. Like, that's how this lady felt, and it's like he turns away, and then you keep saying it, he's going to keep looking at you, and if you don't say a prayer or if you say it, especially around a blasphemous situation, then he gets disappointed in you. And that is what I was taught by one lady at my church. Fun fact. So one sec, my mom just woke up. So I'm hoping she will handle the cat, but I'm texting her back that not that I hear, he's not still meowing. So anyways, that's what I was taught growing up. Yeah. Anyways, the points get you into heaven. That's how it works. Anyways, where are the guys? I look and spot Hugo and Damien, who seem to have just arrived at the gallery. Good eve. Evening, friends. Who's ready for some art? You know I am. I have no idea what I am in for. Art is dead, nothing is real. I am. So wait, who invited us? Damien? Okay, so this is Damien's shindig. Okay. You know I love looking at paintings that are in frames, and also paintings that aren't in frames. Art is good and stuff. That's not one way to put it. Well put, Ben.
Hey.
All you have to know is that if you're ever feeling overwhelmed, there's generally always a table with free wine and cheese. I like art now. I got the table in my sights. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go help myself to some tiny wines. You do that every Sunday, anyways. You have a little thing of wine. It's like a sip. It's communion. But you either get a big cup or you get the tiny ones. Yeah. Anyways, bad wine sometimes. Ooh. Especially for my church when it was confirmation week. Don't drink it. Just don't. It's the worst you'll ever taste. Anyways. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go help myself to some tiny wines. Talk. Oh, yeah, talk. So, This is new. This is new. This is new. This is definitely new. This is new. So, what's this first place? This particular artist specializes in landscape painting of various locals. Okay, within the American. Oh, we're in the Northeast. Are they ever? Is Maple Bay a natural place? Am I just not knowing it? Within the Northeast. I look at the art. It is rad art. At the risk of sounding uninformed, do all of these landscapes look like butts to you guys?
Oh.
Damien, Hugo, lean in. I don't think you have to lean in. Examining the arts in earnest. It would rather appear as if you were correct. It would appear as if you were correct.
Oh.
A valid assessment, Ben. Hey, this art stuff's pretty easy. Oh, it gets more complicated.
Oh.
Sometimes the butts are more symbolic. Sometimes the butts are metaphors. Sometimes art is about the butts they don't draw. Interesting. Joseph returns to our group with tiny cheese and wine. What I'd miss.
Oh.
Butts. Shame. The cheese is nice, though. Shall we visit the next place? I have no idea what kind of words I'm saying. Like, how say words. We leave the first gallery and walk a few minutes before we reach another one. This gallery is a bit more crowded. Huge paintings of, I'm not even sure, hang on the walls. Yeah, I think one of the things that people, like, yes, you can technically know about art, but, dude, art is just feelings, bro. Just feelings. If you get a feeling from it, it can be good art, even if it's technically not great. You know what I'm saying? Where, and I know a lot of people that didn't quite know how to say it. They took it from Jenna Marbles painting denim jackets, where it's like, when certain art just isn't speaking to you, make your own that does, even if it speaks to no one else. This particular one can be speaking to about you can have this connectiveness to it, and that's all that matters, man. It doesn't have to be technically good or technically even a very technical painting. It doesn't have to have this connectiveness, and obviously it's not art, but it doesn't have to be like art, but like a movie where a lot of things that just don't have love in it, you can just feel it. Like, there's no connection to it. And that's why things that are even a really, really technically bad movie can be something that you like, given the fact that you have this connectiveness to it. You have emotional connection, and that's all that matters. Anyways, so this gallery is a bit more crowded. Huge paintings of, I'm not even sure, hang on the walls. Oh, geez. Okay, so you can say God, but you can't say Jesus. What am I looking at here?
Oh.
This is abstract art. I think the more important question is, what does this art mean to you? I stare at the painting, concentrating as hard as I can on its meaning. It's what? No, for human condition, it reminds me of my childhood. I'm gonna go with the reminds me of my childhood because the first thing that I thought of when they were saying this was the giant white art piece that just looks like a drywall. Is that? It's just drywall, I guess. In Daredevil, and it reminds him of his childhood and trauma, and anyway, so that's just where my brain pops. I'm going to go with that. The gestures, the color, they remind me of my childhood, of my parents. Intriguing that you discovered something so personal, an image so unspecific, Mr. K. May I ask you to say a little more? Certainly. These vivid, simple forms communicate a solemnity that, that is betrayed by the raw expressiveness of the brushstrokes, which, in a way, speaks to the essential nature of the human experience. But I want to add the word to it. The scars left by the passage of time and the turmoil of God, brain. Oh God. The turmoil of really, brain, really, contep, my brain just doesn't work sometimes. It just doesn't. I have it. I can say it here. Anyways, left are both contextualized and deepened by the rose-colored echoes of the I don't know what that means, so that one I have no idea. Audible consciousness. Slow down there, Ben. Do us a favor and keep it simple. It's a butt. Everyone stares at the painting. Yeah, that's definitely a butt. Huh. Well, a valid assessment. I can't help feeling your initial judgment may be closer to the artist's intentions. Maybe you're maybe you're underestimating how much the artist likes butts. You are a servant of the Lord. We're all God's creatures, even butts. No, this isn't new. I remember this. This is not new. It's that or it's super weird. Comparing this piece to the art's body of work, I'm pretty sure this represents a sense of isolation he feels creating traditional abstract artwork in the field that rapidly moves towards digitalization. Wow, how'd you figure that? It's a plaque, isn't it? That's what it says on the placard. Oh. Let's look at a few more of these. I don't know how to do voices. Let's look at a few more of these. We walk around the gallery, sampling some more of the artist's work. I almost hate to say it, but abstract art is kind of growing on me. It's interesting that the artist, doesn't he like ska? It's okay. Being real judgy about physical art when music art as well. It's interesting that the artist chooses not to let their work be defined by what's the word? Realism. As we're looking for when we're looking at one of the paintings, a patron scoffs loudly. I could do that. Excuse me.
Oh my.
Hugo, not here. No, come back here. The patron walks away, not noticing Hugo fuming right next to him. You say you could do that, but you don't. You don't seem to have the intellectual depth or the artistic skill to execute a piece even a fraction as impressive as this one. Art is the truest expression of self, and it seems like yourself is bad, so your art would be bad. Hugo's insult game isn't the best, but there's no denying his passion. Damien is holding him back. And Damien is holding him back at this point. Friend, he's not worth it. Hugo manages to cool down. He smothers his jacket. I'm sorry, I just love art very much. We know, buddy. I pat Hugo on the shoulder. Okay, so I thought Damien invited us. Maybe Hugo did. I thought Joseph said Damien. I pat Hugo on the shoulder. You know what would ease the mood? Is it cheese? No. It's wine and cheese. Co-signed. The four of us head over to the wine and cheese table, which thankfully is grounded in realism and is actual wine and cheese. We got one last stop on our tour. You lot feel up for it? Is it going to be any weirder than this art? It is absolutely weirder than this art. Let's do it. Damien, Hugo, Joseph, and I walk over to a performance in the street. Several masked performers in leotards undulate wildly on the ground, screaming both at each other and us. So, quick question. Shoot. What is happening? I second this question. Performance art. What does that mean? Again, I pose the very same question to you, Mr. Gay. The fear of existence, the fear of humanity. I don't think we should go with the butts, but they were like screaming. The very humanity of being human. It's a lot. What would I think if I saw that? What would I think? I would think I have a headache. I would not want to be screamed at. I'm gonna go with the butts. What do you think they're trying to say? I believe it's less about what they're saying and more about why they're saying it. I think there's something special about performance art. With almost every other form of art, music, painting, photography, the artist uses their medium as a conduit for their emotions. With performance art, the medium is the artist. It is the purest expression of raw human emotion. It's art as catharsis. Catharsis. Sure. It's beautiful, Damien. So, what you're saying is, if I start making really loud fart noises right now, it's art as long as I, really mean it. Damien fixes him with a hard stare. I don't think Damien and Joseph like each other at all. I'm just saying. I was going to start making fart noises, but based on the look on your face, the joke isn't gonna play well with this crowd. Yeah, no, I no shame for, listen, a lot of times with performance art, the joke is through someone that doesn't actually understand it or doesn't know it, and then that is the joke that is put upon, media and stuff, that it's like, oh, this is ridiculous because it's like, dude, don't be mean to them. They're doing something, you know? Wise. We watched the rest of the performance as I guess what I said really did not matter, huh? We watched the rest of the performance as earnestly as we can and clap politely after the dancers scream their way off stage. Phew. I think I'm all arted out. I agree. Or just agreed. Agreed. We all decided to walk home together. We make our way back to the cul-de-sac, tiny wine and tiny cheese slothing around in her stomach. I think I've learned, or I think what I've learned tonight, and not just what I've learned about art, which is nice and extremely informative, but what I've learned tonight is that when you put a bunch of tiny wine and tiny cheese together, it eventually becomes regular wine and regular cheese, followed by too much wine and too much cheese. The tiny cheese lured me into a false sense of security. I felt safe with the tiny cheese. Wax wings too close to the sun. Cheese wings? Those would melt in the sun too, and I feel like it's more appropriate imagery. Oh, okay, so he's saying my analogy was ridiculous. Okay. Plus, it'd be delicious. A mentholer? A nice mentholer? Possibly. Sure. Is that the type of cheese? No. Hey, if you guys were painters, what would you paint? I actually dabble in oils. I mostly paint landscapes. I'm not very good, but it's a nice way to pass the time. I think I would focus on personal portraits of people in unique professions. Bro, you're really out here, no shame. Unique professions. Like, for example, luchadors. I think I'd paint boats, seascapes, maybe some lighthouses, mostly boats. Really? Yeah, I'm surprised you'd chosen boats in favor of a long history of religious imagery in artwork. What? Boats are cool. What about you, Ben? Food, landscapes, tasteful. I hear a noise. Tasteful news of the artist. Landscapes are always fun. I think I would, I think I would examine a lot of beautiful imagery and recapture it on canvas. Yeah, okay. On canvases. And I'm mainly just joking. It's going to be butts. Joseph gives me a high five. We finally get to the cul-de-sac. All right, boys. Good art. Good art. Agreed. I see you guys around. Whether you want to or not, we're all neighbors after all. I head inside to deal with my and cheese over. Inevitable cheese over. Sure. I don't know. Okay. So we went with Hugo last time. We got an A, which is okay. Does it say? We got 1. I wish it would say. But we got 1. Are these new questions? No. Okay. So we got an A, which is fine. I don't remember Robert's or Damien's first ones. Joseph, I think what I would do is do the one where you would get all of the... Because this is what I heard from it previously, is that you needed to do all the other ones to 2 hearts and then his. I have no idea if that's true. But I did see Craig back in the day, and Matt is awkward, and I'm awkward, and I think it would be awkward. Brian is almost okay, but then he's very competitive, and I'm not for that. So Robert or Damien, and I don't know which one to do first. I don't remember Damien's first date, but I think I remember Robert's less. So I'm gonna go with Robert because surprisingly, I didn't see a lot of people go for Robert. Robert was pretty nice, a little odd, but nice, and regularly handsome. We should hang out. I type out a message to him on Dadbook. Hey Robert, good to see you again. Good to see you again at the cookout. Want to grab a drink? I sit there for a couple seconds, hoping he'll message me back. Hey, it says that he read my message. I anxiously wait for a response. Twiddle my thumbs, watch cat videos on the internet. I'm a huge fan of just sitting there, being really still. I got complimented that a lot. Whenever I have, it's like, oh, sorry for the wait, or oh, you're waiting there so patiently, and I'm just sitting there not doing anything. So, hey, this is kind of enjoyable. Look at those thumbs go. They sure are twiddling. I wonder if Robert has replied yet. He still has not responded. He still has not responded. Twiddle my thumb. Watch cat videos. I sit down with I start down a rabbit hole of cat videos, and Robert quickly vanishes from my mind. I didn't realize how long it has been, but by the time I watch maybe my 30th cat video, Robert pops back in my head. I jump back over to Dadbook to see if he's responded yet. Nothing. Well, I guess the guy's busy. I might as well make the best of my day. Okay, but we really need a second date here, so I was kind of really open. I get up and walk to the living room, and then sit down and turn on the TV. History channel, food channel, game show. I'm gonna go with game show. Even so, game shows is the biggest miss, I think. I'm gonna go with it. Oh, Family Fortune's on. All right, Nicole, your parents are in the lead. It's up to you to win it big. Are you ready? I'm ready. They hook the contestant up to a lie detector in front of her parents. Who is your favorite parent? Mom? Oh, sorry, incorrect. Next question. Lie detectors don't work. Lie detectors do not work. Do not let people fool you. Lie detectors do not work. Okay. Next question. If both your parents were hanging off the edge of the cliff, which would you save? This is terrible. I love it. I lose several hours to whatever the hell that was. Sighing, I get up and walk around the house. My stomach grumbles. Time for lunch. Well, I guess it's time for old Chef Gay to cook up a gourmet. I wonder what would happen if I watched the other one. Gourmet delicacy. Brain, please. Just showed up for a second. I walk over to the refrigerator and open the door. Make a sandwich, microwave some. Oh, man, a mustard jar. Mustard jar? No, sandwich, babe. No. I make a sandwich in its entirety while standing there. Who needs plates? The sandwich, a lost art. I admire my work for a second before it comes asleep. I admire my work for a second before I clumsily drop the entire thing on the floor. No. I look around and remember that Amanda's not home. This is still good. 5-second rule, right? Listen, it's bad enough. It's bad enough when people do 5-second rule at any time. The worst for me is when pet owners do the 5-second rule. Because A, gross. disgusting. But 2, there's hair on it, and then like what you're like, oh, it's fine. It's like, no, it isn't, sweetheart. No, it isn't. I reassembled my sandwich. I should have just went with the mustard jar. I reassembled my sandwich, peeling pickles off the floor and putting them back where they belong. Back where they belong, in my mouth. Wait, I'm a wreck. I finish my stack and walk around the house with some more bored. When's Amanda coming home? Oh, I just remembered something. When we were packing up the old house, we found an old basketball hoop that we hung off the door. That would hang off the door, not weed. Would hang off the door. It would really bring the living room together. I wonder where I put that. I spent a couple minutes poking around, a door. I spent a couple minutes poking around the new place until I find it. After installing it above one of the doors in the living room, I'm ready to dunk. Come on and slam. I take a leap from free. Is that like far, or is it the close? From the free throw line, and rocket the sucker down the net. The crowd goes wild. And welcome to the jam. I pull up from the 3rd point line. That is the far line? I don't know. I pull up from the 3rd point line, breaking ankles and sinking a fadeaway. And I forgot the rest of the words to this song. I don't know what's happening. No look behind the back hook shot. Everyone's on their feet. Something Space Jam. I know nothing. I managed to just barely defeat myself at horse before Amanda comes home. Then we cook dinner together. We're proud of ourselves for not even coming close to burning down the house. Afterwards, Amanda and I dig into a carton. I wish I had a carton of ice cream. A carton of ice cream over an episode of Chopped Toddler Tournament. What you have in front of you is a miniskirt deconstructed sweet potato with brown sugar demi-glaze with, I don't even know how you pronounce cream façaille, of course. This is literally a jar of baby food. The toddler immediately bursts into tears. Are we bad people for watching this? Yes. Just then, my computer dings. Huh? What's that? Oh, you probably just got a message. Amanda and I walk over to the computer and check Dad Book. It's a message from Robert. You up? What you doing? What does that mean? What you doing? What am I doing? You're just chilling. I'm just chilling, watching TV show with my daughter. I'm working on my motorcycle. I'm watching television with my daughter. Wow, Dad, pretty square. A couple moments pass by, another message pops up. Hey, that means he wants to hang out. Wanna grab a drink? I know what that means, Amanda. But it's kinda late. Come on, Pops, live a little. I am living with ice cream and traumatized toddlers. Well, it's your life, but I think... Brain just stopped working. Okay. But I think you'd have a lot of fun tonight. You were trying to get to know the neighbors better, aren't you? You are trying to get to know the neighbors better, aren't you? Fine. I type back a message to Robert asking him for details, and he tells me to meet him at Jim and Kim's. Well, don't wait up for me. I never do. I throw a nice jacket. I throw on a nice jacket and run. It's too warm. Too warm for a jacket. I hate jackets. I throw on a nice jacket and run out the door. It's only a short walk to Jim and Kim's, and it's a beautiful night. I walk into the bar and see the usual crowd of barflies? I guess. Barf. Barflies. Barflies. Like, I know it's like butterflies, but like barflies. But, anyways, how's the word barf? Yep. The usual car. Drinking beer and watching sports. I spot Robert in the back of the bar and wave hi as I walk over. Hi, man. How's it going? Hey, buddy. Ahoy there, Skipper. Robert and Mary here. Uh-oh. Dude. It was a date. I guess it isn't. I brought Mary along. Figured we needed a drinking buddy. Oh man, I was excited to get to know Robert a bit better. Now I have to deal with this weird married lady making passes at me. And don't look so scared, kiddo. We're just having a drink. Yeah, speaking of which, I think it's time for the first round. What are you having? Beer, something tropical, whiskey straight up. Personally for me, it's something tropical, man. I love blended drinks. It was my favorite. We went to a specialty bar that did movie themed drinks, and I essentially just got just a smoothie with alcohol. It was good. Okay, I love it. Okay, something tropical. Oh right, it's a date still. Well, if he doesn't love me, I'm drinking something fruity, then he just doesn't deserve it, okay? Oh wait, am I ordering for... was I ordering for everyone? News, I thought I was just for me. What do I look like? A toucan? Welcome to the Robert party. Robert orders 3 shots of whiskey and passes them between us. Well, this isn't how I expected my night to be going. Here's to bad decisions and relaxed moral values, fellas. What have I gotten myself into? We all knock back the shots, and I immediately choke on the whiskey as it burns down my throat. Holy hell, that was a kick. I look over at Robert and Mary, who seem like old pros at this. Robert grabs his jacket and throws it on. Let's get marching. What? The night's young, Chief. Come on, we're bar hopping. We only got 1 drink here. Oh, alright. We leave the bar and start walking down the street. We got our steps in today. We've been walking a lot. I still don't know, or I guess that was yesterday, whatever. I still don't know this area of town very well, so I just follow Robert. So, where are we headed? Irish I were drinking. It's an Irish pub. A good pun is the whiskey to my heart. Puns are the lowest form of humor, Ben. Try harder. Ouch. Am I going to be the butt of the joke all night? Jesus, Mary, put your fangs away for a second. We walk into Irish I was drinking. The bar is pretty much the same as Jim and Kim's, except... Oh, yeah, okay. The bar is pretty much the same as Jim and Kim's, except for the old-timey Irish memorabilia on the wall. Next round. What are you having? I guess I should choose because we're doing the group. Whiskey hasn't failed me yet. Yeah. Let's do it. Robert orders 3 more glasses of whiskey. And listen, it was beer is my last choice. It was either something fruity or I would choose whiskey. Okay, something fruity is better. Anyways, Robert ordered 3 more glasses of whiskey, and we post up in the we post up in the garish green booth. Mary slides in and saddles up next to Robert, which makes me breathe a sigh of relief. Dude, he's too gay for that. Like, marrying him, it's fine. Like, nah, it's fine. Let's sip this one. Why don't we? Let's sip this one. Why don't we? Suit yourself. Mary immediately downs her shot in one gulp and burps loudly. That'll put hairs on your chest. You are truly pardon of grace and beauty, sure. Mary grabs my drink and sips on it. Hey, Ben, be a dear and get us another round, will ya? I don't know how to process this evening at all. I get up and order another round of drinks from the barkeeper. Because that's how that word I get. Like, yes, the barkeep, but from the bartender. As I head back, I see Mary and Robert having a lively conversation. Robert roars with laughter. I don't think I've ever seen this guy smile, let alone laugh. There's a bug. There's a huge bug. Gross. Don't get in my water, okay? Just wait. Don't get near my cup, okay? Don't get next to my hand, because one time I smushed a bug on my mouse and it was really gross. Anyways, I don't think I've ever seen the guy smile, let alone laugh. I take a seat across the booth from them and pass out the drinks. So, Edith's kid snuck some pot brownies onto the table at the last bake sale, right? And I spot that little hemp sweatshirted gremlin in the act. So I go up to Edith with the baggie, and who would give that? I guess for fun, but like you wasting your own money and stuff, bro. Like, nah, not worth. Edith with the baggie, and I'm about to tell her when all of a sudden she just freaks out at me. You're ruining the bake sale, she says. I should have been PTA meeting or president. I should have been PTA president. Your roots are bad, blah blah. So, what'd you do? Her roots are bad? Like, what's her family history? I don't know. Deep lore, I don't know. I told her to have a brownie, and that evening was going to be fine. They both erupt and laugh. Don't do that, though. Like, all fun and games, but don't do that. Don't do that. They both erupt in laughter. I politely sorry, that's me. They both erupt in laughter. I politely follow along with the story. She ate 3. More laughter. Okay, that was actually pretty funny. No, it wasn't. Don't do it. Don't do that. Don't do it. Mm-mm. She called the cops and told them that time has stopped. Mary looks directly at me. Do you smoke weed? What? You know, the devil's lettuce. I have to... God. Didn't realize what we were doing. The bug. Don't want it to touch me. I have 2 big flat blunts in my purse right now. Wanna blaze? What? No. I'm a law-abiding citizen. You with the feds? Listen, I didn't remember this, but anyways, you with the feds? I worked hard for what I have, and no 2-bit corner boy is going to drop the dime on me. So I forgot we're on a date and I should be choosing what Robert would like. I'm not doing that. It's just great. I'm doing what I want. So you take what you've pushed somewhere else, and I'll keep running, and I'll keep running my business the way I want it to run. What? Remember, you came at the king. You best not miss. Jesus, kid, dial it back. Oh, okay. Robert giggles helplessly. I was like worried that like making a joke about it, he would be like, "Oh God," but okay. Robert giggles helplessly. I'm just kidding, cowboy. Lay off the kid, Mary. He might not be used to your brand of humor. Fine, fine. Oh, we got a glass of wine. We sit around and sip our drinks, people watching and cracking jokes. After a little bit of time, I begin to warm up to Mary. Her jokes become more funny and much less scary. But it seems like she's not going anywhere anytime soon. I just wanted some alone time with Robert. I wonder if I can get her to leave somehow. Isn't Joseph wondering where you are? Don't. Lots of eligible bachelors around here, huh? Could you get the next round? Here's my hot take. I don't think she actually, I mean, maybe, but like, here's my hot take. I think she she just flirts to get drinks. So next round, I guess. You trying to ditch me, pal? I know. Because if you're trying to ditch me, you could just tell me to scram. No, it's fine. Ben wants alone time with his new best buddy, Robert. Read it loud and clear, the wingman breaks formation to pursue their prey. Now, if you fellows will excuse me, Mary needs to sink her teeth into a helpless boy. Go with God. Nice seeing you. Deuces, nerds. Mary gets up and saunters over to a young-looking guy at the bar. She grows on you. She does, though. She does, though. I feel like she kind of delights in making men suffer. Well, she does. But what about her and Joseph? What about him? You know, they're married, and she definitely tried to get in my pants the other night, and I gestured to her across the bar where she's making making goo eyes at the young man from before. He looks like he's being held hostage. Oh, that's just a thing she does. She's harmless. Tell that to the boy the boy she's hanging off of. Tell that to the boy she's hanging off of. Poor kid looks like he's seen war. Robert lays out a hearty laugh. Hey, I got him to laugh. Oh man, no, you didn't peg me at all yet. Oh man, I pegged you for one of those straight-laced types. Oh, don't worry, I got plenty wild back in the day. I also had no reading comprehensions. Still got a little wild in you. You know it. There's so much wild in me. I have a child I need to take care of. There's so much wild in me. It's a good, cleaned option. I got so much wild. I've got a whole safari in here. It's just really wild all the time. Fuck. Well, don't say it like that. Be like, yeah, I got so much wild in me. Yeah. Cool. Not that. That was the worst way you could have put it, my dude. I want to read it. Where's the start of the scene? Robert orders a couple more rounds of shots. Listen. I thought it would be a very safe option and would be like, yeah, I'm still wild, and like that's it. But no, apparently we say it like an absolute idiot, a fool. Anyways, Robert orders a couple more shots. A couple more rounds of shots. I gulp. What am I getting myself into? Think you can go shot for shot. There's only one way to look cool here. I grab the shot closest to me and down it. Robert looks impressed. He takes his shot and knocks it back. That's one. So, what do I even talk about? He's so cool, and he probably hates small talk. So, how are things? I hate small talk. Okay. Too many people, and this isn't necessarily you, but too many people think that they have to fill the dead air with noise. Personally, I think they're afraid of the silence, or they're afraid of what the other person is going to think of the silence. If you want some unsolicited advice, just listen to the comfort with silence. Just listen to just learn Just learn to be comfortable with silence. Nothing wrong with two people sitting in silence drinking whiskey. Oh, all right. Robert and I sit in silence and we drink whiskey. I take in the rest of the bar. Patrons laughing, playing darts, spilling beer, Mary giving the hard sell to the young guy, man, whatever. The young man pretending he got a phone call from one of his friends. Maybe silence is nice sometimes. I do like silence, that's why I twiddled my thumb. So, you ever kill a man? I choke on my drink. Excuse me? You know, watch the life drain from someone's eyes. It's not just their life, you know. It's their hopes and dreams draining away. Every memory and experience they've ever had. Gone. No. Great. Me either. Me neither. Robert knocks back his shot and motions for me to do the same. I reciprocate. I'm just messing with you. Relax. I laugh nervously. Or am I? I laugh nervously. Again. We sip more whiskey and people watch some more. Mary has her sights set on another man. After the other one excused himself to the bathroom and, I assume, crawled out the window. Gosh, this whiskey's hitting me hard. You betcha. Robert gets up out of the booth and shoulders his jacket. Let's roll. Sorry, whiskey. Inside voices. Let's roll. Wait, what about Mary? Brother, Mary's going to be just fine. I look over at Mary, who's laying on the bar in front of some poor sap. She's singing happy birthday to him while he insists that it's not his birthday. We make our way out of the bar and back into the street. I'm trying my hardest not to scramble. Are we going to play a mini game in all the dates or just some of them? Hardest not to stumble, but man, the sidewalk is just coming right at me. I hope Robert doesn't notice me tripping over my own feet. Like this is the first time I've ever been drunk. Where to? You'll see. We follow Robert through street. Oh yeah, okay. We will follow Robert through street lamp spotlights until we eventually arrive at a run-down strip mall. There's a beauty salon, a sex shop, a computer repair store that looks like it's been closed for 10 years, and finally, a liquor store. Wait here. I'll be right back. After a minute, Robert returns with 2 wine bottles in brown paper bags. He hands me one. Cheers. He sits on the curb and drinks. He motions for me to do the same. This is really not where I expected the night to go. I take a sip. White. I don't know what. Finfandel? What? Nothing. I just wasn't expecting. This is delicious, fruity, and refreshing. Don't judge. But you fucking judged me earlier. You judged me earlier. Okay? You judged me earlier. Okay? You. Robert. You son of a gun. It is delicious, fruity, and refreshing. Don't judge me. I start to say something. Think of his lecture about valuing silence earlier, and stop. I sip on my wine and watch cars drive by. Let's throw rocks at shit. What? Robert suddenly hurls a rock at a stop sign. The ding echoes through the empty parking lot. That felt good. He presses the stone in my free hand. Now you try. I don't know. With feeling. I look at the rock in my hand and look at the stop sign again. Then stop sign. Back at the rock, back at the stop sign. I know what has to be done. I have a problem with authority. I'm sorry, this one's for you. I have a problem with authority. I got a problem with authority. Yeah, okay. I hurl the rock at the sign. It sails right over the stop sign and right into the window of a parked car, leaving a crack. Dude, run. I leap up and dart into the nearest alley, wine in hand. I can hear Robert's footsteps behind me. After I'm sure I'm far enough away from the cracked window that I'm no longer... Oh, God. No longer culpable for this heinous crime, I stop to catch my breath. Maybe we strike rocks throwing from the to-do list. Agreed. Suddenly my stomach growls. Oh man, I'm starving. Let's get pizza. I can't argue with that. Where's good around here? Actually, I don't even care if it's good. I just need it just needs to be edible and in my mouth in the next 5 minutes. I know just the place. I follow Robert through a maze of alleys and side streets until we eventually end up in front of a tiny hole-in-the-wall pizza joint. The bright red neon light reads, Pete's Slice of Pizza. Ta-da. I can see a few exhausted-looking workers behind the counter tossing dough and pulling piping hot pizzas right out of the stone ovens. My stomach rumbles again. We go up to the counter and get ready to order. Can I get 2 slices of Hawaiian pizza? Oh wait, Ben, you're cool with pineapple on your pizza, right? Yeah, of course. Dude, he paying for it? It's fine. We wait a minute for our pizza to come out of the oven. Listen, okay, when I was overseas, we got multiple pizzas for an organization that I was in part of school for. My shirt is really destroyed. Sorry, I'm really distracted. I should retire this shirt. It might be older than I am. I know how to do it. Listen, it was my dad's shirt for many years, and then I stole it. It was a good shirt. He never wore it. It's still old. Anyways, we went to a meeting for one of the things in my university, and we were overseas. It was a pizza with normal pizza stuff, and mayo, and corn, and something else. And listen, I ain't turning down pizza, you know what I'm saying? They got a, cheese pizza also, but I was, one of the only people that showed up for it, and I was like, oh, no, and they're like, please, we need someone, and I'm like, oh, no, okay. I never showed up to another one of the meetings, but I was like, oh, pizza, and whatever, and, oh, boy, they were like, thank God you're here. I was like, oh, okay. We wait a minute for our pizza to come out of the oven. I'm practically drooling at the smell. The cashier hands us each a giant slice on a paper plate, so saturated with grease that I'm worried it will fall apart. We take our pizza outside and wander through the alleyways as we eat. I take a bite. It's absolutely delicious. Pineapple is truly the best pizza topping. I wonder what the line would have been if I said no. You said it. You said it. Man, I feel way better now. You and me both. We hear a noise coming from the slightly ajar door in the alleyway. Robert looks at me excitedly. Got any more of that wild in ya? You betcha. I'm so tired, but I love my daughter and I should go home to make sure she's alright. You bet. Listen, we're already out, you know? Good on ya. Robert and I slide the door open and peek inside. It's completely dark except for the flickering light. We slowly creep forward, cautious not to be heard or seen. Oh, it's a movie theater, thank God. I was like, whoa, are we entering into some person's place? No, okay. Don't shush me so loud. Shh. We come to the end of the hallway and find ourselves standing in front of a movie screen. Oh, this suddenly makes sense. Did we really just sneak into a movie theater like a couple of teenagers? No talking during the movie. We look into the audience and we are surprised to find that it's almost completely empty, save for a row for a few teenagers in the front. They look annoyed when they notice us. Sorry, the music is very distracting. Robert starts making his way to the very back of the theater. I follow him. Yeah, one time I went to a movie theater and with my two siblings, and we sit down and it's literally just a person two people on a date with each other and us, and I'm like, we bought the tickets like when we showed up, so it's like, oh, they really thought they were going to get a whole movie theater by themselves, and we're just sitting there like, because it's just like, oh no. And we're just sitting there, and they're just, I guess maybe it was fine, but I also was like, imagine they had the theater to themselves. That would have been real cute. And we're just like, oh. Anyways, Robert starts making his way to the very back of the theater. I follow him. We settle in with our wines. We try to make sense of this movie. It's a romantic comedy, I think. A young man is frantically trying to get through New York to find the woman he's finally realized he's in love with. Kiss already. There's no one to kiss yet. You want him to kiss? Oh God, it's very funny. Anyway, there's no talking in the theater. Like, rule 1, dude. You literally just said it, but also, it's just. There's literally nobody to kiss yet. You want him to kiss the taxi driver? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. The kids down the way notice us heckling. One of them speaks up. Hey man, keep it down. Oh. I love that we don't know this. I would never met him. Oh damn, that's Ernest Hemingway. Hugo's kid. Sorry. Ernest, hey buddy. I know you. It's me, your neighbor. Hi. Ernest turns back around, embarrassed. I turn back to Robert. He kissed anyone yet? It turns out that yes, he did kiss someone. He made his way out to a tiny island near New York to profess his love to the woman who, for some reason, he knew would be there. She tells him that they hit the jackpot. He said that they had, but I think there was some okay. He said that they had, but I think there was some subtext I'm missing here. Boo. Love is dead. Shut up, it's beautiful. No, you shut up. Ernest grumbles. The credit starts to roll. I stand up, and Robert immediately pulls me back down. Shake. Hundreds of people worked very hard to make this film happen, and you're going to sit here and appreciate them. Okay. Look at that. Elizabeth Shelton? Shelton. She worked really hard. I bet she did lots of good wardrobe designs. Thank you, Elizabeth Shelton, for the beautiful film-going experience. Listen, absolutely respect. But I don't know if I would sit there. Like, yes, there's respect in it, but sitting there depends. But also, they don't even list everyone. Like sometimes it's like I don't know. I guess like enough that your name's in the credits, sure. But anyways, wardrobe design. But mainly, what I was gonna say is like I bet she did a lot of whatever. It's really funny because in Our Flag Means Death, there's like the spoilers, a phantom ghost guy, and it's all like, think of my children, I might have had multiple or something. It was very funny. I think it was Our Flag Means Death. There was a few of that where it's just like so funny, like just don't know but feel guilty because they could have. I don't know. And Peter Anders catering fed a bunch of people so that they could have the energy to do their jobs. What a guy. We let the credits roll while Robert individually thanks every member of the crew. Once it's finally over, he makes sure no animals were harmed in the making of this film. We leave the theater. Listen, that's fair. Especially if, like, we looked up the Pet Cemetery. We looked up because the guy, like the actor, but he used a fake needle. The actor used a fake needle, but the cat was actually sedated, but apparently done by a real vet, so it's like good. So hopefully that was like it, but mainly we looked up that cat scene. It was my sibling, but anyways. We stumble into the theater parking lot, polishing off the rest of our wine. Hey, assholes. Out of our way, a rock flies through the air and hits me in the knee. On the knee. My knee, what the hell? Oh, sorry. Hey, assholes. Ernest and his friend stand in the alleyway, blocking our exit. Hey, what do you guys want? Why'd you go and throw a rock at my knee? This is my good knee, my orthopedist? Is going to be pissed. Ernest throws another rock. Oh. Ernest tosses another rock up and down in his hands. What's wrong with this kid? You ruined my theater-going experience. Now you have to pay. Oh, sorry. Wait. You ruined my theater-going experience. Now you have to pay. Oh, well, I don't actually have cash on me right now, and, like, movies got really expensive. Yeah, then you ruined it. Ernest hucks another rock at my other knee. I'm able to jump out of the way, but I didn't properly stretch before physical activity, and I'm going to feel super sore in the morning. We ruined it for you. The movie was pretty crappy in the first place. If the kid wants to go watch a romantic comedy or whatever, romance at least, let the kid do it. Don't ruin his experience. Hey, you take that back. That was a beautiful love story that with a really genuine acting. You call that good acting? The classicist, I guess. Mainstream slop has been served your entire life. What? Have you ever even seen any Michael Prowl, The Matter of Life and Death, 1946? Easily the toughest 5 minutes of love you'll ever witness. Listen, man, I haven't. No, you listen. That popcorn ass drivel that mass media is shoving down your throat will only make you dumber and sadder. You and all the people should strive for a higher standard of art you consume. Your name is Erming Hemley, for Christ's sakes. Um, yeah, it's not false, but also this is like a 12-year-old. Listen, not false. I was just talking about passion and things. There's a lot of like big companies. There's no passion in it, and then acting wise, I can't say anything. But yeah, I feel them. I feel it. But also, dude, no. Now you've done it. Ernest Rush. Ernest rushes Robert, screaming like a banshee. I'm not going to scream. It's like 5 in the morning. I'm not doing that. I dive between Ernest and Robert, trying to stop the kid. He lunges forwards, kicking me as hard as he can in the knee. Fuck my knee. Robert gets in between Ernest and myself. It, it has, it's as if he's seeing red. Fuck, my fucking knee hurts. Alright, buddy. Talk like punk, you get hit like a punk. Robert squares up into a boxer's stance. Queensberry rules 3-minute rounds with 1-minute rest in between. No low blows, fish hooks, J jabs, or high blows. That wasn't Ernest, that was Robert. I was like, oh, he probably learned from his dad. And the J, whatever, the other things, low blows, 3-minute rounds and rest, and other things that he just said, but in a deep voice, not in Ernest's voice. What? And don't even think about pulling an illegal turnstile. That's an automatic deduction of 3 points. You have to designate a second if you're unable to fill your role as main duelist. Now I'm thinking of Yu-Gi-Oh! One of your friends over there looks like he has enough useful God. To handle it. Hey man, I don't want to get dragged into this. Oh wait, sorry. Hey man, I don't want to get dragged into this. That movie sucked. It's too late. You two are blood bound. If he dies, you die. Sorry I don't make the rules. Talk to Queensberry. We're just gonna go. Ernest and their friends warily back away. Robert calls after them. The Queenberry Association will hear about this and consume better content. But he just likes romance movies. He's just a kid, okay? It's fine. Once the teens are safely out of earshot, Robert turns to me. Were you about to actually fight that kid? Are you kidding me? I would never hit a child. That would be just brain. I kind of thought we'd be wrapped up. That would be despicable. You throw the rules at them, though, they always bolt. No one wants a Queensberry sanctioned throwdown. But full disclosure, I made half of that up. Wow. See, you don't even have to know the rules. You just make them up. Come on, let's get out of here. Robert and I cool down a bit as we walk back to the neighborhood. I'm so sorry. I'm just really into the art of filmmaking while I drink. It's okay. I think it's cool how much you like movies. To be honest, I don't know a lot about them myself. Buddy, I got so much to show you. I got air bubbles. You ever see any Sam Fuller? I haven't. Fuller is cash. Thanks for defending my honor. Thanks for for things for the dinner and a movie, things for the adventure. One of these is a bad choice, and I want to say it's the adventure, but also maybe not. I'm going to go with things for the adventure. Things for the dinner and movie. I'm going to go with things for dinner. Oh, but that could be the bad one. Oh, I'm going to go with things for dinner and a movie. Dinner was $4 and the movie was free, but she got it. Robert throws an arm around my shoulder, and we drunkenly belt out tunes all the way back. We finally get to his doorstep. This was an interesting night. I liked it. A smile forms on his cheeks, a rare sight. Let's hang out again soon, yeah? Yeah. I linger there for a second, swaying drunkenly in the night breeze. Robert claps me on the shoulder. Night, bud. Robert heads back inside, and I stumble my way back home. Yay! And where are we at? Okay, also an A. Okay. How very helpful. How very helpful. Nope, we're not doing that. Save. I'm going to bed. Okay, friggin' it is way too late. I'm saving again. I'm leaving. I'm going to bed. I gotta go to bed. I have stuff tomorrow. Okay.